Hello, this is Dr. Rick Hofer. This is the decision-making flowchart that I've developed to help when we're trying to decide how to make a decision. If you look up at the top, the very first thing that you have to do is to sense the situation. That is, look around, use your senses, look, touch, see, whatever it is that you need to do. But sense the situation. Then you will need to decide the type of decision that you're facing. It could be a simple decision, or it might be complex. Let's start with a simple decision flow. Once you've decided it's a simple decision, then you have to decide, are you well trained for this situation or not so well trained? Or is it a brand new situation that you've never encountered before? If you're well trained for the situation, then you can use your emotions or your practice wisdom to decide. Then you would decide and you would act and you would assess your success and then go back and sense the situation and see how much it has changed since you first acted. On the other hand, if you're not well trained or it's a brand new situation, instead of using your emotions or your practice wisdom to decide, you should think carefully and use your executive control over your emotions. It might be, for example, that you're dealing with a new employee that you don't know very much, you don't know very well, and you're not quite sure how to react to the way that that person is responding to one of your requests as a manager. So you need to think carefully about this, overcome whatever emotions that may be happening, and then decide on the basis of this rational thought process. Again, you assess how well things are going because of your action. You sense the situation, and you may need to make a new decision. Now let's assume that we go back to that diamond in the top left, and we decide that we have a complex decision that's before us. In this case, we're going to need a lot of information. So the first decision we have to make is, do we already have lots of information or do we not? If we do, then we head over to the left-hand side here, and we can use our emotions or our practice wisdom to decide, because we already have a lot of information. That's not what's necessary. So after we make our decision here, we have to ask ourselves, how certain are we feeling? So if you feel very, very certain on an emotional basis, you may want to think about it again, because you may be suppressing some aspects of the situation. After you've gone through that process of using your emotions and then perhaps using your rational thinking, you decide what to do and you act. Again, you enter that feedback loop where you assess your success and then you sense the situation and continue again if need be. Getting back to that diamond in the middle, it may be that you don't feel that you have lots of information already, in which case your next step is to gather additional information. Once that is done, then think carefully, using your executive control as to what you think you should do. After you do that, after you have a tentative decision in mind, then conduct a gut check. In other words, how do you feel about that potential decision? If it feels bad, then you need to pause and ask yourself, well, why am I not feeling good about this decision? So you gather more information, think carefully about the decision, conduct another gut check, and hopefully at some point you will feel okay about it. Your gut will say, yeah, I think this is the thing to do. After that, you decide exactly what to do and you act. And again, you assess your success and you sense the situation. Well, I hope this explanation and the decision-making flowchart is of use to you. At some point, this will become second nature to you, but until then, it's useful to have this representation of the process.